Hey,
Oh,
how's it going? How you guys doing?
good. How are you?
Good, doing good. Good to see you again. To
I
the internet.
know
It's
this
cool
is
that
the second time.
we this medium.
This is the second time we do this via the internet. So,
Yeah. I mean,
what's up?
pretty good, pretty good. Not much. I've just been, all over the internet, all over the media, and I'm such a big MMA fan, right?
Uh-huh.
UFC fan. But
Uh-huh.
before that, the person that got me into the MMA and UFC was Conor McGregor.
Uh-huh.
Anything Conor McGregor related, I know like firsthand
Mm-hmm.
because I like my information directly from the media outlets, directly
Okay.
from the journalists. I get it firsthand.
Okay.
So I guess I get it secondhand, but I get it before the mainstream media gets it necessarily.
Okay. Okay.
Woke up to
So,
yeah.
just a little context, right? Jofre texted me today on Instagram, right? Or to text me a screenshot of Twitter, something like that.
This Twitter screenshot first and then Instagram.
Yeah. So tell us what happened today in the world of MMA.
Yeah, so Conor McGregor, he was touring in Russia and he held a press conference announcing that he's going to be fighting again on January 18th in Las Vegas. And not only that, but he wants to fight again three more times total that year,
Okay.
2020. One
Okay.
against the winner of Nate Diaz and George Masvidal, this fight that's happening in November.
Okay.
He wants to fight Khabib in Moscow, Russia, in December for the belt.
Okay.
Yep.
So Khabib is Russian, right?
Khabib is Russian, yes.
So he wants to beat Khabib in his hometown, kind of like a revenge kind of a thing.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's pretty. And he kind of. Have you ever seen the Rocky movies?
A little bit, but I didn't watch all four.
Not too familiar. Well, have you ever seen the one where he fights the Russian?
Is that the second one?
It's the fourth one. So he goes to Russia to fight the Russian. So
Uh-huh.
Khan kind of wants to say that he wants to like kind of play the Rocky Four story, which is kind of funny.
Okay.
Yeah,
But the
so,
difference is the Russian guy beat him last time.
exactly. So that's why it makes it like entertaining because who else cuts out like the champion? Someone that's
Yeah.
unbeatable. Connor does, which is why people
Because
like him and stuff because he
did
he fights and he backs up what he says mostly.
yeah, like on the vegan documentary called Game Changer on Netflix, I watched that one. Did Nate Diaz beat Conor McGregor too?
Yeah, he did. He's one of the guys that beat Conor McGregor. It's only been in the UFC only two people, Nate Diaz and Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Okay.
Pretty
Okay.
interesting. So I'll go into Nate Diaz. Actually, a situation just came out today because
Uh-huh.
Nate Diaz was going to fight next weekend on November 2nd, but something came out. And they actually had to postpone his fight because they found a tainted supplement. And it could be like a steroid. And so they're canceling the fight. The athletic commission is canceling the fight because of that.
So Nick Diaz is doping? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, is that personally they found something,
Mm-hmm.
but he's such a clean athlete that he even came out and said that this is like kind of BS that he it shouldn't be like that. He's suspended because he never does this. And there's
Okay.
actually athletes before. I think we talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
John is one of them, where it's such a picogram amount. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when I get supplements from Whole Foods, from GNC, some when I take my protein shake, sometimes those protein shakes are made in different countries where they're not federally regulated, right?
Okay.
So this is the case with Nate Diaz. It's
Mm-hmm.
not official or anything confirmed, but this is actually very common where they find literally trace amounts of this, like a picogram.
Mm-hmm.
And to describe a picogram is like you drop a grain of salt in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That's how much
Okay.
is in the system. But the testing is so advanced. I heard this on the Joe Rogan podcast. He actually brought one of the people that works for I think the UFC like doping like
Mm-hmm.
agency UFC, and he
Mm-hmm.
explained this that it's such like a small amount that it has no effects on performance at all. So Nate Diaz pretty much got screwed by whatever supplement company, like whatever supplements he was taking. So the fight's off.
Okay. So if he's not gonna fight whoever he was gonna fight next, then I guess Nate Diaz is not gonna fight Conor McGregor coming in next year, right?
The thing is, not necessarily because it is a year away. Nate Diaz could take that stretch and be like, all right, I'm going to fight Conor, right? This is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So year actually makes it more likely that he is going to fight him.
Okay.
But what sucks now is like the thing about this event next Saturday is that this is the first time the UFC designed a belt that's not the UFC championship belt. It was called the BMF belt, the Bad Mother Effer belt. So
Okay.
Nate Diaz or George Masvidal would be the only winners of that belt. So Conor was saying, "I'm going to go that belt next." So it was kind of more entertainment. So now it kind of takes away of it. Like, what's going to happen to that belt? Or who's going to fight? Right? Are they placed in the main event? Or are they not? You know, are they going to postpone for next month? It kind of sucks.
Okay. Okay. So my question about this whole thing is who gets to schedule the fights? You know.
So the UFC schedules the fights. Most
Mm-hmm.
importantly, Dana White. He's the head of the UFC. He's very involved. It's mainly three guys: President Dana White, Mick Maynard, and I think this other guy. They three come together. They look
Okay.
at the roster, who's available to fight, and they make the fights.
So I guess when Conor McGregor wants to fight, then he gets fights because he's the one that joined the views, pretty much.
Exactly. The thing about Conor McGregor is that for everyone else, this is the only role except for him. He's such a big athlete that like his fans get like little toys about him, you know, because they're such big fans.
Like you, yeah.
He calls the shots because he makes
Mm-hmm.
so much money. Even the casual fan, even like probably like people who don't watch UFC at all or are familiar with it, will show up to like and sign up and pay to watch Conor's fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of funny because Conor's fight hasn't been officially signed in a contract.
Mm-hmm.
That's Dana White, the president, came out and said. But
Mm-hmm.
Conor has so much influence that this is going to get the ball rolling.
Okay.
It hasn't happened before since he lost to Khabib last October last year, 2018.
Okay.
So
I see what you're saying.
he will fight January 18th. Worst case, he might even fight February or March.
Mm-hmm.
Because, but Dana White come out and said that he wanted to fight December 14th, but he couldn't because he couldn't promote him in time. But January is a perfect date for him. So
Okay. So why do you think Conor McGregor wants to fight the winner between Nate Diaz and whoever you told me? Like, does he have to decide? Okay, I want Nick Diaz to fight this guy, or how does that work?
not really. That's what he wants. That's personally what
Okay.
he wants. And you know, it might not happen. It might happen, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
about Connor is that the thing about this. What's crazy about this is that the fight on January, he's fighting at 155 pounds. Okay,
Okay.
at Khabib's weight, at his natural weight. Nate Diaz and George Masvidal are at 170, so they're the weight division above. So
Okay.
technically, saying he wants to fight at 155, then go up to 170, then in December go to Moscow to fight at 155 again. So you see kind of how it's kind of like a little crazy right now.
So he's pretty much just trying to just add more difficulty to the fights, pretty much, in terms of conditioning, gaining weight or losing weight, and controlling the body. Kind of, go from there.
Pretty much like he came out in a press conference, the one that I kind of sent you clips from today, that he wants to form a habit. He's getting into forming habits where he's sleeping early every day, waking up early. He's not drinking alcohol until after the fight, and he's staying focused for this fight. So he really wants to stay focused and get back and be consistent like he was in the beginning when he won the two belts in the weight divisions. He wants to do that again, personally.
Okay. Okay.
Which is a good Conor, which is a focus, Conor McGregor, like the average fan. The thing that I notice on Twitter online, because I'm always on there, is that people are split down the middle, right? When you watch some of his videos, it's 50-50. 50% of the people like it, 50% of the people dislike it. And
Mm-hmm.
the argument is that people are like, we don't really support you, right? Allegations came out that like, he punched the old man in the bar, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
had all these crazy incidents, so people are not really backing him. But
Okay.
people at the end of the day watch him. But now instead of watching him as the hero, which is pretty interesting, they're watching him as the villain.
Okay.
So I think that's actually pretty interesting, and I've never seen this within the sport too much. Is that
Mm-hmm.
he is the villain, and people want to see the villain, you know. So
Okay.
he needs to become the hero again in that sort of aspect. If that makes sense.
Okay. So he's kind of like just trying to stage a comeback. Do you think he will retire after next year?
I think there's a possibility, if I'm being honest. I think so. But I'm hoping that he fights 3, 4, or 5 more times. Just personally, he wanted to win the belt again and then go up to 170 and win that belt. But we'll see what happens. He's 31 in the fight game. Fighters usually stop around 35.
Okay.
So he's still got a few more years to fight. But the thing about Conor is that he's a multimillionaire. He has a whiskey company that's worth millions of dollars that competes with Jameson whiskey from Ireland, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, he doesn't really necessarily need to fight for the money. He even says he wants to donate his money he wins to charity. He wants to fight just for his legacy now. So
Okay.
I feel like if he wins 1 or 2 and he loses against Khabib, maybe that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I personally like I only want to see fighters fight as much as they want to fight.
Okay. And Connor is a big enough star that he can kind of dictate their own schedule and dictates kind of become like a like a Muppet master kind of a thing. Like I want this person to fight that person. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Before the fight, when he was champion, he had way more influence. But
Yeah.
now it's not as much of a big influence, sadly. So he needs to get back in there. So he needs to win back the fans. He needs to win back that fame and glory that people had. So they can talk about him positively. Because I'm pretty sure when I tell you about Conor McGregor, what's your first idea about him? Honestly.
Cocky.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I mean, that's a good thing though, because that's like his main bread and butter. You know what I mean? It's kind of entertaining. But do you think he's sort of like a bad guy or like a good guy?
I mean, I don't really put him on like a bad guy or a good guy scale.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're a fighter, if you're a boxer, if you are, like mixed martial art, like the wrestler even, like they have to have some kind of a personality to him, or some kind of like a confidence to them, and then that's why they can perform, right?
Exactly.
So I mean, I didn't really put him in either one or the other category. So
Exactly. It's like Israel Adesanya, the guy who fought from Australia. You saw that fight? Personality. He's cocky, but he can fight. He backs it up, and it's entertaining. People want to see that stuff. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited, Kevin. This is a pretty exciting time. I might even go to Vegas to watch the fight.
Cool. So, have you booked the travel plans yet?
I haven't booked anything because it's not official with the UFC yet. It's just Conor saying it.
Okay.
So we're gonna see what happens. Most likely, if I don't go to this one, I want to go to the summer one. But my goal is at least one time in my life see Conor McGregor fight, because we don't know when he's gonna fight ever again. Maybe he'll retire.
I see. How much money are you willing to drop on the fight in terms of just the tickets? Because I want to know. I have no idea. Do you have like ringside seat? Do you have like in the nosebleeds? How does that work?
Those ringside seats at least will be a couple $1,000s for the 4 seats.
Okay.
Mid-level, 500, 600, and nosebleeds, Kevin, will set during the playoffs will probably be $200 cheapest. Nosebleeds at the end, and I'll probably spend 200, 250 on the thing.
Sounds like 500 is like optimal to go, because if I'm gonna go see a fight or go see like a boxing, I want to get closer, because it's not like basketball when you have like like a whole scale of things to look at. It's fighting and like boxing, like like if you sit on a nosebleed, you're gonna be like, okay, cool, I see 2 little dots moving and that's it.
Yeah.
But so by the end of the day, like are you really watching the big screen, like on the top? Hanging around, or are you watching the fight, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
No, I agree. Can you still see me?
Yeah, but you're kind of sound kind of choppy.
Oh, really? Is it still bad?
No, now it's getting better, but there was a little bit in the middle, kind of feel like it. But you were audible, so
I'm audible. That's good. That's
good
to hear. Cool. But yeah, that's everything. If you guys want to know more UFC, I'm going to do a more in-depth personal podcast on Nate Diaz and the whole situation, because this is just today developing. And so he was supposed to fight next Saturday, so I just kind of want to update you guys on if he's going to fight, if the main event's off, what's going on, is he suspended? Kind of sucks. To be honest, it really sucks. That was going to be a really good fight, so.
I feel like every time that we like hang out, there's a good fight for some reason.
Well,
Did you plan
only
that?
fights.
Did you plan that?
UFC question.
Okay,
Conor, he's back.
he's
Look
back.
at his big
Perfect.
head. It fits his real life ego. Like this is how big his head is, like in real life. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So yeah, like do whatever you want to do. Record something. You can release it as a solo episode, and then we go from there. So totally fine.
Awesome.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
I learned something today, which is cool. Conor McGregor has all the power, my friend. All the
Yeah.
power.
I mean, I've never done this, but can I share a screen? Maybe I can play a quick clip. Do you think I can do that?
You can. Yeah, why not? It's for the YouTube. We're plugging the YouTube channel right now.
Let me try doing this. Let's see if it works. Maybe I can even play it from Twitter. I think Twitter would be better than YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. But yeah, do you have any questions about it?
I mean, not really. I guess. How many fights does a fighter usually, takes in a year? Because three seems like a low amount, but I'm not sure how many do they actually fight. Do they have a say in that? Like, do they?
Sometimes they only fight 2 or 3 times. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like really bad. Like for some reason they're not really too active, but the really exciting fighters like Israel Adesanya fought 5 times, but that's because he won. But if they're losing, then they'll probably take breaks and they won't fight as much. They'll probably only fight once or twice. But the optimal is maybe like around like 3 or 4. So it really. But I got the clip right here. So let me try sharing my screen.
Okay.
Let me know if you hear it. Do you guys can kind of hear like what his motivation is? Let's see. Share screen. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Oh.
Can you see it?
Yep, I can see your screen. Mm-hmm.
Is it glitching out?
Nope.
Is it glitching out?
Public return of the notorious Conor McGregor will take place on January 18th in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. So that is my comeback fight. It is 12 weeks this Saturday. I'm in prime physical condition. I have agreed the date with the I've agreed the date with the company. As far as the opponent, I have the opponent's name, but for me, the game I am in, and from experience, if I was to give you people the name, which I would love to do, I know the UFC would flip it because they are a crafty company. So for me, here's this one. Ask the UFC who the opponent is, because I do not give a who the opponent is. January 18th, the return of the notorious Conor McGregor, 12 weeks this Saturday at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. That will be the beginning of my season. I would like.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, loud and clear.
What did you think about that?
Think about what?
So what did you think about what he said, like how he sounded? Pretty confident?
Yeah, pretty confident, yeah.
Pretty for me, it sounds like he just got his fire back, like he wants to compete again. And that's something, that's like good to see from a fan perspective,
Yeah, that's good.
This is sort of the images. So this is the January 18th fight. These are his 2 possible opponents, Cowboy or Gaethje, winner Nate Diaz or Masvidal, and Khabib or Tony Ferguson, whoever wins that fight in Moscow.
Okay, so he hasn't announced it yet, but it's pretty much all set, pretty much?
In his mind, it's all set. That's the thing. So it's not officially set, but in his mind, that's something that he would like to do. So
okay,
hopefully it comes through. But I don't know if there was another clip, but and the other one, he just pretty much said that the competition with Khabib will never be over until they have one more fight. So
okay.
I don't know if I can turn this off.
I look good. My internet is good too.
And 250 megabits. Who would have known?
Hey, I'm not lagging right now. You are.
All right, Kevin.
How was that? Anything else you like that? Yeah, that was good. That was good tag improvement.
That was everything for me. So.
All right, perfect. All right, let's wrap it up, and then
Yeah.
you can give them an update as you know more as a solo episode, and then we go from there.
Yeah, if you
Cool.
guys want to follow more UFC stuff, I have a few, I think, solo episodes, some episodes with Kevin on there. I mean, what do you think about the sport in general? Like, do you like it? Do you kind of understand it more? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow UFC. Like, I'm just a blank a piece of paper. So
Yeah,
whenever that I ask a question, and I just means that I don't understand. I don't follow it. So it's good that because when people are talking about, say, like for the basketball, right, like the pick and roll, or a stretch four, like if you don't understand the lingo, then they cannot follow you, right? So
exactly.
I'm kind of acting like a blank piece of paper, kind of like guiding you through navigation. So people, because I don't think our listeners are like UFC fans, but I'm kind of here to like kind of help them understand, and I can kind of gain more knowledge too, because it's a very important part of your life, of your hobbies, right? So
Makes sense. Yeah, thank you for suffering through this. If you really hate it, but I mean, you seem pretty casual. Like you seem like you like it for the basics. You kind of like it for the most part. So
I'm gonna be honest, like Jofre trashed me so hard on the UFC game. I'm
yeah,
I'm literally thinking about just that, because after the last time that we played on my ride home, I was like, gosh, I gotta put in more time. I gotta practice, man. I gotta watch more YouTube video about how to like play the UFC freaking game so I can beat you, man. I'm just
do it. Do it.
this competitive. So
No, do it. I like it. I've been getting actually better. Believe it or not, I've learned like some new moves, which is
okay.
crazy because I didn't bet. But we can try it out whenever you come over. We can play. You can kick
Yeah.
my butt. Let's try it out.
Yeah. I usually kick your butt in 2K, and you kick my butt in UFC, so we're even.
I hate because I lose sometimes.
Yeah, anyway.
Pretty
So,
fun. Yeah. Don't want to go into NBA right now, but it's pretty interesting what's going on.
I know.
Cool.
Cool, man.
This is everything. This is everything for me. So
All right. Give us 5 stars on social media, on Apple Podcasts, whatever. And then I'll talk with you guys later. This is
yeah,
Kevin signing off.
it's Jofre signing off.
Have a great one, guys.